Hey guys, Papa Pete here, back with another pickup video. I just got back from Moncton, New Brunswick, and I did a pawn shop run. Picked up lots of great games. I can't wait to show you what I got. Stick around.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
I love it when I get to have to go away for the weekend, go to visit family and such, because they live up around some of the larger cities around here in Moncton, New Brunswick. They have some great pawn shops in Moncton, and whenever I'm in town or passing through, I like to stop and see what they have. And there's a couple that have some pretty good deals, and they usually have a great selection. So today I can't wait to show you some of the things I picked up. Got a lot of filler, but I got a lot of great games as well. Let's get on with it. Okay, Xbox. Still working on that Xbox list, but it's growing all the time. When you're trying to get a complete collection, you gotta buy some filler. That being said, I love these games. I love hockey. I'm gonna get all the hockey games because I do really enjoy playing them. Some of my greatest memories are playing hockey games on the Genesis, the NES. I remember Blades of Steel was good, and then every step up, whether it was the Genesis, the SNES, the PC, the PlayStation, they just kept getting better and better. And the hockey games for the Xbox and for the newer systems are just incredible. So I picked up NHL 2K3, Jeremy Roenick on the cover, not a Canadian. NHL 2K6, Eddie Belfour on the cover, Canadian. And NHL 2K7, Joe Thornton on the cover, Canadian. And he's got a lot bigger beard now than he does in this picture. Great lineup. I think that's all of the 2K versions for the Xbox. I think I have all those now, so now I'll just work on the others. I also picked up a copy of NBA Live 2002. And NFL Fever 2003. I really do. I know I love hockey. Hockey is my best passion. Baseball is probably next, but I do enjoy playing basketball games. Are just a lot of fun to play. Football games, same thing. Some football games get a little bit too involved, aren't as much fun. I kind of like them more arcadey. I still swear on a stack of Bibles, Tecmo Super Bowl is the best football game that ever has been or ever will be made. Now this next wave you might call filler, but still some pretty interesting stuff and titles I needed for my collection. I picked up a copy of Full Spectrum Warrior and Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers. The original and a sequel. Typical war game. There's hundreds of them out for the system, frankly. You got to pick out them all. I haven't played these two at all, but we'll throw them in. We'll give them a bit of a go. See how it stands up next to a Call of Duty or other better quality war game. And you never know. Maybe there's a hidden gem in here. I also picked up Matrix, Path of Neo. It's actually not supposed to be a bad game. I love the Matrix movies. It's kind of a neat looking game. I like the title. But I still don't know how I managed to do it. But I went into the store and I picked up like 15 games. $2 is all I paid for them. They're in great shape. Manual, disc, great case. $2 Canadian. How do you beat that? So I'm getting them all for about $1.50 American. But still, somehow, I managed to walk into that store and picked up this game, and in the same group of 15, I bought 2. I have no idea how I did it. Anybody need Path of Neo? Just let me know. This one was kind of neat. I hadn't seen it before. Not worth anything, but still, everybody's familiar with the Outlaw Golf titles, and I've heard of the game Seablade, but I had never seen the two of them together in this package. I thought maybe I'd found something sort of a mistake in the pile, the $2 pile, because really good shape. The case is, the discs are like brand new, as are both manuals in there. But I looked it up. It's really not worth a whole lot, I don't think. But still, I'm very happy to put something like that in my collection. Here's a game that I've heard spoken of a little bit, but it's just another adventure game. Dead to Rights. Don't know a whole lot about it. This is one that I really want to check out. It's almost like it's a police action game. And if I say that, I'm not even 100% sure. I got to check it out more closely, but it looks like a very interesting crime game. Everybody knows the movie, Aeon Flux. Picture of Charlize Theron on the cover. It's a good reason to buy it. Plus I need it for my set. And it's in good shape. SSX on tour, a little snowboarding. We got quite a few of the snowboarding games. I know that there's a lot of great snowboarding games on the Xbox. So this is one I didn't have. Picked it up. Again, beautiful condition. $2. This is almost a joke. Fantastic Four. I don't think there's anything Fantastic Four that was put out with that name on it that doesn't suck. Oh well. Had to have my collection, and it was in good shape. There's about 6 copies there. I picked the best one of the 6. Here's one that I really was not at all familiar with. It looks a little bit like a Pikmin clone called Raises Hell. I don't know much about it at all, again, but I got it for a really good price. I looked it up when I saw it. I didn't get this one for $2, but I think I paid like $3.50 or $4 for it. So how do you beat it? I hadn't seen it. It is an exclusive title. So if you're going for all the exclusives, if not the entire set, this is one you have to have in your collection. I think this might be one that I should do a little mini review on sometime. Just something about it that really piques my curiosity. The last of the $2 games is a game that I've seen there 100 times, and there's like 10 copies there. But for whatever reason, the chart that I used, the software that I used to keep track of my collection, says that it's sort of like a mediocre, rare game. Not rare by any stretch, but it rates it at like a 6 out of 12 rarity as opposed to a 2 or 3, which I would think it was. Anyway, now I picked it up. American Chopper 2 Full Throttle. I tell you what it's about, but I don't think that I'm probably ever going to play it. Now to get into some of the more interesting games. I love Silent Scope, and when I saw this at Too Many Games and around, and I also saw like in the software that I use, it rates this as a very rare game, 11 out of 12. I saw it at Too Many Games 2 or 3 times. It was like $15. It wasn't expensive at all. But I saw it up in Moncton, and I think I paid like $4 for it. So given that case, with all 3 Silent Scope games in there, I had to pick it up. And pristine condition inside. Xbox exclusive. Not incredibly expensive, but I have reason to believe that it's fairly rare. So I was glad to get it for my collection. This is an interesting little adventure game, sort of a side-scrolling game. 3D side-scroller, if you can call it that. 3D scrolling game. Torque, Prehistoric Punk. I've watched lots of videos about that. This is a game that I had on my list as one that I needed to pick up. It's another Xbox exclusive. I think there are 2 or 3 different games now out for this. This is the original. Got it for a good price. Probably paid $5 for it. It says 7 on the spine here, but I got a really good deal from that, so I'd say it's 7. Oh, sorry, I'd say it's $5. Again, this is another game that just caught my eye. I wasn't overly familiar with it, but it's a crime, sort of a point-and-click type game called Still Life. Very interesting. Looks like a haunting game along the lines of a sort of a Fatal Frame type, probably knockoff, but it's supposed to be like it's another one of your crime solving or horror games. Any sort of anime game I always sort of look at and think that maybe it's not so common. I didn't find this to be an incredibly uncommon game called Red Ninja End of Honor. But it's still, the cover art and the style of game really piqued my curiosity. I will be taking a look at this game, playing it a little bit, see what it's like. Maybe if it catches my interest, I'll play it through. But in the meantime, I'm just very happy to add it to my collection. Now, a little bit more interesting again. I love the Marvel Universe. I have some of the Marvel games, but I didn't have this one. I really have enjoyed all the movies, so if I can collect these things, I'm really looking forward to it. Really anxious to get them. And it's Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. Got it for a good price. I'm not all that familiar with the game, but the condition was just where I wanted it. It's got Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine on the cover. Of course, you never see them together in the Marvel Universe in the films yet. Hopefully we do soon. But anyway, very interested, anxious to try it out. Somebody told me this week that I didn't have this. Now I do. If anybody saw the pickup video from Rebel Gaming Club this week, they see that Dan picked up this game, and he says he didn't see it around very often. So I saw it. I was kind of surprised because I've only ever seen it once. I think I saw it once at Too Many Games. And when I went into a pawn shop in Moncton, and there it was, for a really good price, I grabbed it. Loons, The Fight for Fame. It's a fighting game with the Warner Brothers characters. Doesn't get any better than that. That we'll definitely be taking a look at. Here's another game that I saw on my want list. I'd seen many hidden gem videos about it that sort of said things like that, believe it or not, as it's a licensed game from a television show, but it's actually a good game. Even though the premise might not seem all that attractive to somebody like who's into serious horror adventure or crime solving games. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a very, very good game. I've seen it a few different places. The price on this was awesome. It's in good shape. Could be a little bit better maybe in the cover, but the manuals are in good shape. It even came with a spare manual because I picked it up in Canada. Probably one of those French. But there's no French on the case itself. And it's also an Xbox exclusive. So I'm very happy to have added that to my collection. Last but not least, I picked up the regular version. I had had this on my want list for a long time. In fact, I picked it up at the store where I got my copy of Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. This was on the shelf at the same time, but I didn't splurge for both. Not that this was ridiculously expensive, but still, it was quite a bit of money at the time, and I decided to get other things instead. So I've been thinking about this for about 4 months. Beautiful copy of Ninja Gaiden Black. One of the hardest games on the system, but probably, again, Xbox exclusive. Just supposed to be one of the most incredible games on the system to play. If you can stick with it and battle through the difficulty, it's so rewarding to get through these things. I'm really looking forward to playing this game. I've got 2 more things to share with you. They're a little bit out of the ordinary, but I was very happy to have picked them up. They're not Xbox games, they're Atari 5200 games. I had a friend and console purist who's looking for some Atari 5200 games to complete his collection, and he's down to like 15. So I saw these and I couldn't believe it because I really don't look for them that often, but I was very surprised to find them. I got a copy of Mega Mania for the 5200. Sort of weird because the picture's this way, but the label's that way. So Mega Mania, and last but not least, Hero. Hero is one of the notoriously best games for the ever put out by Activision. I don't have it for the 2600, and I really want to get it. I'd love to get it in box because I don't collect much Atari 2600 that's not in the box, but the price is so high I don't know if I'll ever have it. Anyway, if I was able to help a buddy of mine get a copy of this for a fairly decent price, I went for it. So I picked it up for him. We'll get it down to him. Maybe we'll do a trade or something and work it all out. But in the meantime, I was just really happy to find these 2 games, which frankly I had never seen before anywhere, and was kind of shocked when I was looking for them and I saw them sitting there. Alright guys, that's it for this pickup video. I'm so happy to pick up all these great Xbox games for my collection. I'm knocking off some of the rare and some of the more expensive titles off my list. It's great to pick up filler. It's great to pick games up as long as they're in good shape. Great manuals, clean discs. And to pick up these two Atari 5200 games for a buddy of mine, I love being able to do that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Hit like, comment, and please subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.